Welcome. Today we're going to talk about documentation for programmers that's cross-platform because let's have a Linux machine in my life. Dash, which I've used on macOS for a long time, does not work. Before we do that, a few ways to support the channel. Become a member, curtismchale.ca/membership. You get all my courses, you get weekly research notes as well. Or take a course, curtismchale.ca/education. Or if you're on SkillShare, find links to all my courses on SkillShare below. Let's dive into Zeal, offline programming documentation. So what we're looking at is Zeal. This is your offline documentation. You can find it on Fedora 37 in your software manager, or you can find it on the site, which will be linked in the description below. Now, to add documentation to Zeal, we need to click the button provided when you open. So when you open the application, you see this, right? It says doc sets right here. If we click that, and then we can go into available and filter and find the different doc sets we may need. So let's see, I may need Angular. I should probably need Angular JS, because that's the modern one. And I will also need, what else do I need in here? Don't need C, Compass, CouchDB, Craft, Docker. Probably do need Docker. Download. And so you can also search if I wanted. So if I wanted to find Drupal, because I saw it right there, I could do it that way. Or I could say, do I have JavaScript? I can already see in the background that I do, right? You can see the JavaScript is right there. I have jQuery already downloaded, PHP unit, bash. So I have a bunch already downloaded. I can't think of anything I need else at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, the Lua. Lua I might need because I use Lua for programming Vim. Markdown, I don't need that either. Is there anything else that just jumps out at me? No. Nope, not at the moment. So I'm just going to close it. And now I can see I have my doc sets here. So there are a few things you can do to work with your doc sets, right? You can see I searched. In the WordPress one, I searched WP-nav menu. What I could search, now it's actually going to search all documentation. I do wish, like Dash does, I could say pin this to WordPress or something, but if I could look up, what else? WP list pluck. I know that's another function there that I could find. So WP list pluck, it pulls data out of arrays if you're a programmer. That's what it does. It plucks the data out of the middle of array for you. So another thing I can do also when I'm searching, I can say WP nav, right? And I can use my arrow keys to actually go through and find different documentation here. Hit enter, and it will find, say in this case, a filter in WordPress for me. And enter allows me to actually, say, highlight it and bring it to the forefront. So to open a new tab, I hit, I guess, Control-T, and then I can start searching for a new stuff. So, what else would I search for? Oh, let's say background size is something I want to reference just so I know how to do it. Or what else? Maybe I forget the margin and padding. Margin, right? The margin and padding. So this is actually in Bourbon, so I want CSS, right? To show me how, or what the syntax is for doing it as a one-line margin or padding. That's something good. Again, like I said, I saw, or you just saw, I can't say specifically this is all Bourbon or this is all CSS. I would love to be able to pin a tab to a certain doc type. So say to CSS, to Bourbon, so I know, even just from glancing at the icon, that I can go in there and find just the thing I want and not say, have the mistake like I just did where I look at Bourbon first and say, oh wait, I actually wanted CSS. So and if we look down here, there's what? There's also Bootstrap in here, right? And there's some other stuff in here. I wish I could, pin it to a certain type of doc, which I can't. Now, unfortunately, I still do have to use Dash. I'd much prefer if I could use Zeal everywhere and just really customize that, get to know that really well, and then have one application I use across all platforms. But Zeal is not available for macOS. In fact, if you go to their site, I actually got tripped up the first time I went through this and said, oh, look, I can get it on macOS. And I went to get it, and I looked at it and said, wait, it says use Dash. So Dash is great if you're on macOS. If you're only on macOS, it's what I would recommend by far. But if you are on Windows or Linux, then I would suggest that you use Zeal. Zeal is a very good program. It works very well. A few things I'd love for it to be able to do, let's say like pinning documentation for a certain style, but it doesn't do that at the moment, and that's okay. I can work with that. That's it. If you like the video, thumbs up below. If you don't like it, honestly, I don't care. Go watch someone else. Thumbs up. Subscribe, bell, YouTube nonsense. Become a member, curtismchale.ca/membership. That's actually the biggest way you can help because these videos take time and it takes actually costs a lot of money. I still invest every day in every video is out of pocket really. Or take a course, curtismchale.ca/education. Have an awesome day.